G'day there, mates. My name is Mr. Magilla-cutti, and welcome back once again to my channel. Today, we'll be continuing the story of Final Fantasy VII. So, in the previous episode, we listened to the rest of Cloud's story. Sorry. That involved Sephiroth, how he became what he is, and why we must go after him. So, we made our way to the Chocobo Ranch, and now we have to cross the swamp in order to get to our next destination. Sorry about that, I started calling my throat. Anyway, let's get started, shall we? Now, at the end of the last episode, I was attempting to get some enemy skills. In this episode, I'm only going to be trying to get one more because one of them is going to be quite a challenge to get, and that involves that great snake in the swamp over there. I'll come back to get that one at a later date, but for now, we'll try and get this other one. And to get this one, we need to find a chocobo. Now this one is going to be very luck-based here, so what you want to do is, first of all, go back to the boy here and purchase some Mimiant greens, and at least get something stronger. And then we'll head back out to the fields. Now, I'm not sure why he suggested Mimian and greens before, but I'm going with that because that's what the guide said. And, so what you want to do is do save here, because basically, if you want to save money, you want to do this. I made a few attempts before this, but luck just wasn't on my side. So I just figured I'd start all over again. Dang it. Here we go. Alright, let's be quick. Now, once we've fed the chocobo the grains, you want to use level 4 sewage side here. Hope this works. Alright. Choco buckle. And there's a fat chocobo. So we learned the enemy skill Choco buckle. Let's see what it does. Okay, non-elemental damage of any one opponent. Okay. What? Ah, that did that. Doesn't have a weakness. Ooh, critical hit. Okay, now, what I want to do is talk a bit about limit breaks. But before that, this is actually safe here real quick. Okay, our party is afflicted with sadness, which means their limit break bar will fill up less and less. Okay, save it over here, so I'm not doing all this again. And I'm recording, thank Christ for that. Okay, now that we got the Choco buckle here, we are going to be getting another Chocobo to ride across the marshlands. Oh, before that, I almost forgot. What I'm going to do in here is actually give Aris the enemy skill material. Main reason for that is spoilers. Pretty much a spoiler ahead. So give her enemy skill. Give Tifa the chocobo. I don't want to remove that. Anyway. Let's see if we can get this and then we'll do it. Don't run. Oh dear, no, 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 no. Fucking Christ. What a chocobo. That is a lot more work than it needs to be. Okay, how to ride a chocobo. So, basically press circle with get off. Chocobos will escape when a player dismounts. So, we are a lot faster on our feet now. That being said, chocobos can't go into certain areas. Right, so we want to go into the cave over there. Okay. There's the snake. And run. Simple? Yes. Whoa. God damn it, don't. I'm sorry about that, but... Anyway. Did Sephiroth do this? Amazing. Our enemy is someone that could do this? Yeah. Now sometimes you want to be careful who you bring along, because you might get different stories. That is just pretty horrifying. Moving on. So we're not inside the cage yet. So in order to get in here, we're going to have to dismount. Bye-bye. There's something you can do with chocobos, but I'll explain that at a later date. Now, inside the Mithril Mines here, ooh, boy. Now, Mantra Magic is definitely going to be helpful here, because there's going to be a lot of enemies spawning. You might have to replace Tifa with Barrett here, since he uses range attack from the flying enemies now. Anyway, a subject I want to bring up is limit breaks. Ooh, long range materia. So that means we can actually attack enemies at a long range now, I believe. Very, very nice. Sadly, we can't equip it yet since we don't have that much space. I could take out one of the other stuff, but might as well keep it in there. Anyway. As I was saying, with limit break skills, bring this up here. As you see, they come in 4 levels here. Now, that being said, the first 3 levels actually have 2 each. The 4th one is a different story. But let me explain in more detail. Say that we have our first limit break there, Braver for Cloud. You need to use that a certain number of times in order to get the second limit break of that level, which in this case is Cross Slash. Now, that being said, once you attain Cross Slash, Cloud would need to defeat a certain number of enemies to attain the level 2 limit break. Since we don't have that yet, I can't really give it out. But basically, the process is attain the first part of that level, first limit break for that level, use it a certain number of times, and once you got that second one, defeat a certain number of enemies to unlock the second one. Now, once you get all 6 of those limit breaks, the 4th one is a little bit different. You would need to do a certain side quest for that character in order to unlock the 4th limit break. So, it doesn't matter how many enemies you defeat after you attain the level 3, the second limit break of level 3 there, you can only attain the level 4 once you do a certain side quest. Each character is different. And the reason I gave Eris here the mantra materials because I want to get her limit break up as fast as possible. Why that is, I rather not spoil him. But for those of you serious who know what's going to happen, you will know why. That means that I'm gonna have to get Red out here soon. Okay, Eris is level up. Once I level up Tifa, I will actually get a Red 13 out there to level him up a bit. Now, there's going to be quite a long grind here because basically this place is perfect if you want to try and level up your limit break. Because not only is it early on in the level, Monster Magic can make short work of these enemies straight away. Okay, that was a bad choice. There we go. Oh, apparently those Arc Dragons actually have another skill I can learn from, enemy skill I can learn. But it seems that it's Eris always not getting targeted, so I'm gonna have to give Cloud the limit break for a sec. not limit. I keep messing the words up. Keep giving Cloud that enemy skill. And English is meant to be an easy language for Australians. As I was saying, give Cloud the materia. Oh, now he decides to use it on her. There we go, flamethrower. Alright, there we go. Since Cloud defeated a certain number of enemies, he's now learned the level 2 limit break. Blade beam. So now, I am going to go back to the limit menu and switch over to the level 2. This will of course reset the limit gauge, but that doesn't matter. Pure sadness? Yes, please. Now I'm gonna give Eris back the enemy skill material. So she can actually get her limit breaks up. This is gonna take quite a bit, so I'm gonna cut it here and do some off-screen grinding. So I'll be back soon. Be back soon, guys. Alrighty guys, I am back, and that took not as long as I thought it would, but it definitely took longer than I expected at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, as you see, I got the character line a bit different here with Barrett here. That's barely due to the fact I was trying to level him up too, since I got a couple of characters leveled up a bit more. Now, I think I better head outside first to this here. But I finally got Eris to limit break 3, and that was a hassle. And as you can see, some of the materia here is different as well. Let's just get rid of these guys and get out of here. Alright. Now I just want to head to the exit real quick to show some stuff for you guys. Now first off, let's go to the limit stage here. Now I got Cloud's limit break level 2 here, Blade Beam. Okay, it diffuses after hitting one opponent, which means after hitting one opponent with a big hit, it will diffuse and go to the other enemies as well. I'll shut it off in battle for you when I get a chance. Okay, as for Barrett here, still nothing him yet. But Eris here, what we got here is Breath of the Earth. What that does is cure all status elements on all allies. And here we have Fury Brand, and this raises the party's limit break gauge to max, except hers, of course. That would have been overpowered. Now, finally, level 3 here, we got Planet Protector, and it makes all allies invincible one time, which means it will make them invincible to one attack. One. Which is pretty good, I say. Now, what I'm going to do is change around my material here and have Air to go back for a bit, because I want to level up Tifa as well. But before I get Tifa out, let's get Red out here first. For Red here, I got his limit break uh, Lunatic High. But first, to select this one, attacks one foe. Now, Lunatic High, it casts haste and raises defense for all allies. So that is very helpful. So, point being, you don't have to rely on just the highest level limit break out there. Others may be helpful, depending on which boss you're facing and depending on your situation as well. So, be sure to check the right strategy and test them out entirely. Okay. Now switch to Tifa, because both Aris and Redis foot is level 20. Now also in there's something I wanted to show off as well, but first let's equip some of this materia here. Restore. And yes, I leveled up quite a lot of my materia as well, including the ore materia here, the cover, and I got the fire leveled up too, all as well. Okay, I'm gonna put fire in there just for her. Oh yeah, ice leveled up too. Whew. One sec, please. Sorry about all that. Had to use the bathroom. Okay, just gonna heal Cloud up here. And Barrett too. Now, I was debating of whether or not to go after the big god serpent here. Just gonna call it that. But after having a good think about it, I think I decided not to. But I may have to cross the marsh at least, because one, there's some equipment I need to pick up. And show off something else as well. So I'm going to save it here. So if we're getting in battle with the Midgard Serpent here, I can just reload the game and hope I get lucky. Because you can't escape here, so you better have to be careful. Oh crap. Yep, big snake. I'll be right back. Alright guys, after so many attempts, I tried to make it across the marsh here, but no such luck. I was getting so close a couple of times, but luckily this wasn't on my side. Anyway, what I wanted to show you was just pretty much a couple of weapons we could have got back into town. And also, from the same enemies, sweeper enemies, that we got the Mantra Magic enemy skill from, we could get the Atomic Scissors for Barrett there. But since it's a melee weapon, I'm not sure how well that would work. So, anyway, before we do actually get in here, I need to equip something to keep it here. The Grand Glove here is something I stole from an enemy inside the mines here. So let's head back in, shall we? I'll show you the enemy that you need to face to at least steal the item from. But first, down here, we got Mind Source. Now, I think this is a permanent stat boost item. I think. Raise the Spirit, yeah. So it's a permanent boost. Now I'm just going to have a quick run around in here to see if I can spawn that enemy. It's pretty much looks like a humanoid swinging around a ball and chain above its head. Nope, not down. gotta remember to start killing enemies with the other characters other than just Cloud. But it's all a matter of timing. Sorry if I sound a bit exhausted, it's just a bit late for me. I should be getting to bed instead of recording. Ah, here we are. These are the enemies you want to steal from to get the Grand Gloves. Now that being said, I could use a monster mountain, but I'm not gonna. Instead, I'm just gonna let Cloud hang back a bit, unless we're facing a boss, of course, and see if I can get Tifa or Barrett to actually get some kills in there. Just a sec. Turks. Who are you? Do you know who I am? The Turks, right? Well, if you know, then this won't take long. It's difficult to explain what the Turks do. Kidnapping, right? To put it negatively, you could say that. But that's not all. There is... But not... Sorry. But that's not all there is to it anymore. So... It's alright, Rude. I know you don't like speeches, so don't force it. Then explain, Elena. I'm the newest members of the Turks. Elena, thanks to what you did to Reno, we're short-handed. But because of that, I got promoted to the Turks. Anyhow, our job is to find out where Sephiroth is heading, and to try and stop you every step of the way. Wait a minute, is it the other way around? You're the one getting in our way. Elena, you talk too much. Mr. Song? No need to tell them about our orders. Sorry, Song. I thought I gave you your orders. Now go. Don't forget to file your report. Oh, right. Very well. Rude and I will go after Sephiroth, who's heading to Yonan Harbor. Elena, you don't seem to understand. Yeah. Pretty much still running your mouth. Oh. I'm sorry. Go. Don't let Sephiroth get away. Yes, sir. Reno said he wanted to see you after the injuries you gave him healed. He wants to show his affliction. He wants to show his affliction for you, or with a new weapon. Well then. Where's Eris? Is she with you? Eris isn't with us. She's with the others. Oh, then give her my regards. Okay. Not sure what I needed that for. Okay, I'm not sure where we can go from here. Ah, North Cave here. Got some more items in here. Elixir and a high potion. Definitely getting high potions now, so that's good. Don't want to keep focusing on using magic all the time. These guys again. Ready to go in. Nice. Sorry about that, it's just my head's really itchy. Anyway, something else I want to talk about with the limit breaks. Just one quick note here. each character has a different number set which they need to do for each of their own limit breaks. Like, let's see if we can bring this guy up here again. Hold on. Where are you? Where are you? Oh my god. I need to lock back in, just... won't be too long. I'm not 14-7. My head's all over the place. Again, I'm tired, it's late. Don't forget to do it. That's the wrong way. Page. Here we are. Okay. Here we are. A good example is, let's compare Cloud and Barret here for a sec. With Cloud, he's that blade beam of his. In order to get the second limit break part of level 2, you need to use the blade beam 7 times. But with Barret, on the other hand, let's say we're going for his limit break 2. We need to use his grenade, use that limit break 8 times in order to get the second one. Same with once you get both of them for that level. The number of enemies you need to kill can be different, or it can be the same. It's mostly the same, but yeah, it's pretty much mostly the same. Except for Cloud at first, which seems you need to defeat 120 enemies. Okay. So just keep in mind that every limit break requirement is different. Alright, so we're not gonna head to the harbor right away. We're gonna head down here to Fort Conmore. If you see, that's a very big eagle up there. I'm gonna save real quick. We've been finding the Shinra on this battleground for a long time. We have still settled in for a long war with them. Can you spare some time and help fight them? We don't want to sound pushy, so if you're busy with something, why not finish that first? Where's Yon? Let's see. Head north along the coast, keep going a ways, and you'll run into Yon. But be on the alert, be alert because it sits in the shadows of a small hill. Okay, I told him up that. Just give me a sec, I need to read this bit here, so... Okay, so the guard was just pretty much explaining to me their favorite things about the minigame battle ahead. Will help you. Really? Then go on up and they'll fill you in on the details. Alright, so up here is going to be a bit of a tower defense minigame. Now, you want to do these when you can because there are some really good items you can get from this. Especially with the first item we're about to get here. I think that leads to the top of the reactor. We can't really go up there yet because the condor's blocking the way. Or whatever that big bird is. Ah, there's a save point down there, so it will be a good idea to save because if you mess up and lose one of the treasures, you won't be able to get it again. So, but I can't still tell you anything now. Fair enough. Alright, so go down here real quick, and we'll save. I know we could stop using all the save files, but I'm not. Just a bit better this way for me. Alright, with that out of the way, let's head back up. Oh, this is something. I never thought anyone would ever climb up here. You always are different. Well, anyhow, any minute now, this will be a battlefield against Shinra. You better get down before you get involved. You mean Shinra? Shinra? They those... Why? It appears you have a problem with Shinra too. After all, you climbed up here. Why not listen to what I have to say for a moment? I guess so. Do you know what's at the top of this mountain? There's something up there. Come on, let's get it together. The reactor and the condor. I can see you're very perceptive. Yes, it's a reactor and a condor. It seems Shinra doesn't like the idea of having a condor on top of the reactor. Yeah, that's one big bird. But why are they trying to get rid of it? With weapons? What's so wrong with having a condor on top of the reactor? It seems there's some type of special material in the reactor above us. And because the condor came, the Shinra rushed troops here. The military wants to get the condor and all the villagers off this mountain. The condor is now warming its egg, which hatches only once every few years. We would like to protect the condor from being harmed. He lies. I'll do it. I'll protect him from Shinra. Condor's egg, a real work of nature. We got to protect the life of the planet. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to fight Shinra ourselves. That's why we have hired soldiers to help us. And our sponsor, you can get us with a contribution, will fight alongside of us. What do you think? You want to join our fight? What's there to think about? We gotta do it. Clown. Alright. Clown, thanks. Hey, who comes to the rescue? Okay, so we don't have to listen to that long-winded speech again. I'm just gonna save it again. Back and forth, sorry guys, back and forth. I mean, I did remember this bit when I first played the game, but I forgot about the long speech. Matter of fact, I forgot about a lot of things about the game altogether. But I digress. Yes. I've also told store owners about you. So they should sell you various items, and feel free to use our beds. And my son, who's standing guard at the shed, about anything related to our military tactics. Okay, so where do we need to go again? Up here. Ah, here he is. Thanks for accepting. So, shall I let you in on our strategy? The enemy has targeted our mountain reactor and will be climbing to reach it. We must set a trap and hire soldiers to protect the place. Well, this is all we have. This village doesn't have any money. Even if we wanted to fight, we can't because we're broke. We need 400 gil to hire one soldier, so if we hire 20 soldiers, we need 8,000 gil. We need to ask you to use your own money to hire these soldiers, buy the equipment, set it up, and give the commands. If you don't have the time, could you help us with a donation? If you donate the money, we can hire the soldiers and block Shinra's attacks. We know what we're asking is selfish. We send our wives and children to another village, but we resign to stay. Let's get back to basics. If the enemy reaches the shed, you have to fight them off immediately. But it's not the end of the world. But if you lose repeatedly, it could be dangerous. Now then, is there anything you wish to ask? Conditions for victory? You can win by wiping out the enemy or killing the enemy commander. If the enemy reaches the shed, they'll attack, and you'll have no choice but to battle immediately. If you lose during direct combat, and even if the enemy gets the reactor, there's still a chance to win. But it's only a slight chance, and we have no idea how much the reactor can endure in an attack. When we can't defend against the attack any longer, the Shinra will take our lives, the condor, and all the materia in the reactor. Now then, anything else? The enemy. There are 4 types of enemies: Wyvern, Beast, Barbarians, Commander. Wyverns are flying flies that can move at high speed. Stoners and Tri-Stoners aren't effective against them. Beasts are monster types that do not move quickly, but have explosive attacking power. Barbarians are human types. They attack from a distance, so you've got to be on your toes. Commanders are the enemy commanders. They're the ones we want to subdue, but they're formidable foes. Anything else? Your mobile allies are fighters, attackers, defenders, shooters, repairers, and workers. Your immobile allies are stoners, tri-stoners, catapult, and fire catapult. Let's see about the mobile. I'll go over this some other time because I'm running out of time and I don't want to go for the whole explanation. Actually, I don't think we'll be able to repeat it again. Hey, looks like they're getting ready to attack now. Please, any help is appreciated. Okay, so we don't want to contribute any money yet. We can win just by placing 1 unit for this round. Okay, ready. You have 10 enemies. There appear to be many beasts, so you may want to deploy more attack. Okay guys, so that last attempt didn't really do well for me. I didn't really understand the strategy at first, but here's what we really want to do if you want to get this done right fast. So anyway, let's start this right away. What you want to do is to go to the line here. Place a unit right here, just 1 unit, start the battle off right away, raise the speed to max, and keep placing units close to the line as low as possible, moving the line down lower and lower. So that way you can get multiple units down there right away. I'm not 100% sure if I'm doing this right, but this is as fast as I can go. don't even get a tower defense games, but practically you can't go any lower than this. I'm not sure if this is the right strat, but basically the idea is to pretty much get as low as possible down here, so that way you can place all your troops down there in one go before the enemies can start getting too many reinforcements down here. I don't know if I can do that. And we won. Phew, that was good. But Shinra troops will be back. Be sure to scout the area well. We don't know when they'll attack again. We have 12 hours left, so here's... Oh, many go. Oh yeah, I found this just now on the battlefield. Maybe it'll come in handy for you guys. So we've got the magic cone. This is for Red 13. So I'm going to bring them out for a sec to show you what this does. Okay. Next is, let's swap out that real quick. Okay, so go here and equip the magic cone. Now this has the growth double. Any materia you equip into this weapon will gain double AP when you use them in battle. So this will definitely be helpful for any materia trying to level up. I think you'll get some stronger stuff in the later games, but for now, if you want to start leveling your materia right away, this will definitely be a good first choice. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop it here, guys, because I'm running out of time, and I'm getting very tired. I should not have done this later, should have done it in the morning, but I wanted to get a new video out now, okay? I just wanted to try and get this through as much as possible so I can show you guys a remake, because when they announced the new part for Final Fantasy VII, I just wanted to do it. Plus, they were bringing out Cross's Call again, so maybe they're bringing out Dojo Cerberus, or maybe they are. Either way, I want to get through this to show you guys all of it, and at the same time, I want to try and get some of this other stuff in as well. I know it sounds like I'm going crazy with Final Fantasy VII, but hey, it's a damn good story. So, what do you expect of me? Okay, I think I rambled on enough. So that's it for me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy the video, please remember to hit that like button. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Show support for the channel. I'd very much appreciate that. And with that being said, I think I better head off. I'm getting tired. Thank you all again, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves, and drive safely out there, people. Bye-bye, take care, and have a good time. Okay.